Hey guys, how you doing? So Thinkcar has sent over their Thinkscan 662 scan tool. We're going to connect it to my 2016 GMC Jimmy, and we're going to take a look at it. This is a very nice little scan tool. It's budget friendly. Just to give you some specs, this has got a 4150 milliamp battery, 6.2 inch screen with a resolution of 1024 by 600 pixels. Working voltage 9 to 18 volts. And if you want to know the working temperature, 32 degrees to 122 degrees. But let's get this thing out of the box, take a look at it. Power button. This is not Bluetooth BCI. It is a corded unit, which is fine. Most of these scan tools will charge whenever you plug them into the car. So a lot of times you'll never have to plug this into the USB cable to charge it. And we're going to check that to see if it'll actually charge whenever it's connected to the vehicle. But you do have the USB-C. You got a memory card, a place for a memory card. You typically don't have to have a memory card. You might eventually, depending on once you've updated it so many times, if the updates get bigger and bigger, you might eventually have to put a memory card in, but more than likely you won't have to worry about that. Here's the back. Does not have a camera, does not have a kickstand. Peel the protective film off, and we'll turn it on. Push and hold the button. Should get it to boot up. And we're at the home screen. It does come with a USB cord and, of course, the cord that plugs into the OBD2 port. And I also want to say that this scan tool has free lifetime updates, so you'll never pay for a yearly update for this. So it's a very capable scan tool. It looks like we're going to hook it up to the truck, take a look at it, but free lifetime updates. So you got your auto search, diagnose, OBD, history, report, feedback, your dollar fix community. These are all the special functions. And when you hit the little icon there, it looks like it's got 12 special functions. ABS bleed, airbag, battery matching. Pretty good set of special functions. These are functions that if you ever need to bleed your brakes because you've got air in the system and you've got an ABS module, let's say you took the ABS module out, you put a new one in. Now you've got air in the system. You've got to have a scan tool that's able to actuate that ABS module so you can get all the air out. Battery matching. A lot of new vehicles now have battery management systems, and whenever you change the battery, you're supposed to do a registration or match the battery to the car's charging system. So you can do that. Electronic parking brake. If you want to put rear pads on your vehicle and you've got an electronic parking brake, you need a scan tool to retract the calipers so that you can put pads on. Electronic throttle body. If you ever change out your throttle body and need to do a relearn, this scan tool will do that. Of course, you diesel guys, I know that the DPF regen, you'll be able to do that. Looks like it's got key matching. Of course, your oil reset, TPMS, steering angle. Anyway, let's go back out of that. Let's go to the next. This is where you'd upgrade all the software. There's where your settings are. You've got online service, user manual, OBD fault code library, coverage list, gadget. Let's go into gadget. Okay, looks like you just got Chrome there. Remote assistance, and then that little box has a bigger screen that you can pick all that from. So let's go over here, connect it up to my GMC Jimmy, and let's see how it does. All right, guys, so we're on my 2016 GMC Sierra. I think I called it a Jimmy a little bit ago. The reason I get that confused is because we had a 1997 GMC Jimmy for like 10 years. And I still are in the habit of, anytime I say GMC, I put Jimmy at the end of it. Anyway, this is a 2016 GMC Sierra SLT pickup. And we're just going to come over here to diagnose. We're going to do an auto search. Key is on. And we'll just go down through a scan. We'll look at some live data. We'll see what kind of graphing ability this tool has. And go from there. As you saw, it did ID the vehicle. I'm going to hit automatic search. We'll hit yes. Key is on. And we'll just do a health report. Well, that was system scan. Health report. There we go. A system scan will scan down through the modules real quick because it's not actually trying to communicate with them to pull any DTCs or anything out. It's just communicating to see if they're there. So as you can see, we got the 4 modules that this scan tool is capable of getting, which is your airbag, transmission, engine control module, and in this case, transfer case. I do believe it does, let's see, yeah, brake control module, ABS module too. So you got your engine control module, your ABS, your transmission. In this case, it's including the transfer case, and your SRS, or your airbag. So you can see that we've got a code in the brake control system. I haven't had a scanner hooked up to this truck in a long time, but we're going to go into, we'll just go into the engine control module because that's what most people's probably going to be interested in. This does have the M5U transmission. And we're going to go into actuation test first just to see what all kind of bidirectional capability that this scanner's got on this vehicle in the engine control module. And I'm just going to scroll and let you see the bidirectional test that you can do with this scanner. And we'll check those other modules too. But before we do, I want to go into the live data. And I'm just going to hit engine data. I'm going to go ahead and start the vehicle up because it's getting kind of hot. And let's see. I'm just going to randomly pick some PIDs here. Have no idea how many I picked or which ones I picked. I'm going to hit OK. I like the fact that you've got imperial and metric up at the top. So depending on what units you're comfortable looking at, you can change that from metric to imperial. The oil pressure. So if you just wanted to look at a quick graph, just a single graph, you hit the little icon to the right, and you can see that you've got a graph that shows up. Looks like it's nice and responsive. When I rev the engine up, it goes up. So let's go ahead and back out of that. Let's go down here. Of course, you can see you can record, you can do a report, you can save a sample, you can compare sample. I'm going to hit the graph button at the bottom, and looks like you can have up to 4 graphs on the screen. And if you want to pick different graphs out of the ones that you've initially selected, the little arrow to the right, whenever you click that, the little pop-up menu flies out. And these are all the PIDs that I picked. And you can select which 4 are up on the screen at any given time. So if I want to deselect cruise control and do the engine oil pressure, I can do that. Then you just touch anywhere on the screen, and then that flies away, and now you've got the oil pressure pulled up. It's color, so that's nice. And again, you can save the sample and come back and look at it at a later date. You can combine them. So when you do that, they'll overlay each other. So if you're doing like all 4 wheel speed sensors and you're driving down the road, all 4 wheel speed sensors should be really close to one another. If you've got one that's dropping out or doing anything funny, you'll be able to easily see it whenever you've got them combined. Now I like that it down at the bottom it tells you exactly which ones are which, and they are color coded. So let's see here. What else we want to look at here? I don't think nothing. So let's go ahead and back out of that. We'll come over here to what else we got here? We don't have any special functions on this screen. To get into the special functions, you've just got to go to that main special functions screen that we looked at earlier, where it showed all 12 of the special functions that you've got. There's your freeze frame data. You can get to it from right there. That's kind of nice. Let's back out of this and let's go to, that was engine control module. We're going to go to the brake control module. We'll go ahead and hit read fault code, DTC display, and gives a pretty nice little definition of what the fault is there. We'll go ahead and do actuation test. This is for the ABS module. Go back. Of course, you're going to have the same graphing abilities and all that. We're going to hit transmission, do actuation test. Back out of that. Transfer case, actuation test. And SRS system. And actuation test. So there you go. That's pretty much it. If you go back, just for recap, you do have your, if you go to maintenance, here's your special functions menu right here. So that's where you would go to perform any of these particular special functions. Just keep in mind that not all these are going to be applicable to every vehicle out there. In other words, the DPF regen, this is not a diesel, so you can't expect the DPF regen to have anything to do with the vehicle that we're on right now. If you're on a car that doesn't have TPMS system, the TPMS special function is not going to do you any good. Injector coating. I think injector coating generally is for diesel engines. So again, if you don't have a car that needs the injectors coated, which most gas-powered cars do not, don't think that you're going to be able to click into the injector coating and be able to get in and coat your injectors on a gas-powered car that does not require injectors to be coated. Anyway, this is the Thinkcar 662. It's a little budget-friendly scan tool. It's real nice. If you need something like this, you might take a look at the Thinkcar. They build some solid products. I've been real happy with the bigger brother to this, which is the Thinkcar 689 BT. Anyway, we're done. You guys take care. We'll see you.